All right, welcome to Wednesday of Urbit Developer Week. And with the completion of Hoon School last week and some time to think about developer practices and so forth, we are now pleased to introduce the Hackathon with Encode Club that will begin November 28th and give an opportunity for those of you who have been long-term developers with Hoon or have just learned it recently to put your skills to use. And for those of you who have not learned to Hoon, there are many other ways to contribute to a hackathon like this as well. So I am pleased to introduce Omji from Encode Club. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Omji from Encode Club. Very nice to meet you, and thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for coming on. So Encode Club runs hackathons, so you have a lot of expertise in being able to do this and put this together and have an idea of what to expect as we go forward there. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going to happen and what they're going to be involved with?
Sounds good. So, in a nutshell, so Encode Club is a Web3 education community. So, as Neil mentioned, like we have like hackathons, accelerators, bootcamps, like trying to supporting developer activities. And hackathon is the one of the like my favorite programs that all the passionate developers and builders come. So, even the non-developer who has expertise in different things like design or like project management, joining together, and then they're building fantastic program. And this time we made like a joint force with the Urbit, making an Urbit hackathon. And this is going to be practically like 6 weeks hackathon, going through the Christmas and the New Year. So you're going to have like a bunch of time building amazing projects, and there are going to be different workshops coming, so that you can also have some workshops learning from like speakers. You can ask live questions, and also our PM going to be supporting you with the one-on-one calls. So when you join the hackathon, our like a project's going to be supported individually by the PMs, so that they schedule the call and then they can share their project status.
Awesome. So what's the workshop plan? How's that going to
So
fit in scheduling wise?
So, like, as Neil mentioned, like a launch date gonna be like 28th of November, and the first 2 weeks we're gonna have like educative workshops, so you can join and you can learn more about Urbit. After workshop, like each time, like it can be a Q&A session, so that if you have like other questions regarding the Urbit ecosystem or like a development question, that's gonna be a great time. And also after the workshop, like if you couldn't make it to that time, there are going to be recorded video being shared, so you can watch and you can ask questions on the Discord. We have some like a nice workshop topics in planned. We can drip a little of alpha information here. Soon this is going to be revealed in the website. So you guys who are watching now, you are the first person who's going to know what it is about. So they're going to be like Urbit as a platform, and then building an app on Urbit, and also what to build, so that we're going to share some like ideas about hackathon projects.
Now, one of the interesting things about working with Urbit as a platform for people who don't or who haven't already invested some time in Hoon School and so forth is that they'll be able to build front ends and apps that can talk to Urbit, that can work with Urbit, and produce useful things that are websites that interact with Urbit or other kinds of apps as well. So it's not just for people who know Hoon now. We'll cover some of that in the workshops and give people an idea of how these things fit together. But it's also for people who may have expertise in working with dApps or working with JavaScript front ends and so forth, or languages like Go, who want to build tools that can talk to a platform like Urbit.
That's really amazing, isn't it?
So, so who normally comes into the kinds of hackathons that you've been putting on in the Web3 space?
So, like, of course, I think typical question people ask me is like, hey, I don't know so well about like blockchain. I'm not developer. Can I join hackathon? Yes, you can join hackathon, because there are going to be different sessions that you can team up with the developers. So anyone who is interested in ecosystem, who want to learn more and contribute their skill set, can join the hackathon. And of course, because this is hackathon, it's inevitable to have the developers in your team. But if you don't know some developer friends, we have a Discord channel you can join and try to recruit your team. So if you have an amazing idea with using Urbit ID, okay, I have a concept using Urbit ID in ABC way. I'm looking for a backend developer. So then you can recruit your own team and building together. So regardless your skill set, if you're interested in ecosystem, you can basically enter. If you want to learn basic programming, of course, given time domain, you can try to practice, because a bit different from the in-person hackathon is we have a 6 weeks of building time. So first weeks, perhaps you can try to learn a bit of development so that you can try to build the MVP by yourself. If it's not the case, you can also try to really work with the others, and they're going to be the perfect opportunity.
What does a successful team look like?
So usually successful team is a nice mixture they have. So of course they have a solid developers, but also someone who understand the problem. So either a problem experts, or some UX designer comes, so they understand the user flow, or if it's DeFi related one, some has maybe a finance expertise or DeFi expertise, that they know the content well, so that they know what to build. So you need to kind of merge different skill set. One is you understand the problems and solution you want to build. And ideally, if someone already have a bit of experience of blockchain or a Urbit itself, they're going to bring a different skill set. So you shouldn't limit what kind of people are going to be in the team. It's better if you're a bit different. So developers plus some problem experts, or some people who are bringing a design skills, front end skill, or other a problem skills. So to say a finance, or if you want to make, I don't know, identity solutions, someone has a expertise regarding the identity, they're gonna bring very in-depth knowledge about the problem. So that's usually the successful team look like.
How big are teams typically?
So team can be normally team can be up to 4 is most efficient size. We still have a lot of solo hackers coming in as well. So given the fact that this is online hackathon, maybe you are having a difficult time to schedule or meeting people who have exactly same time to work with. If you're a solo hacker, you can maybe a little bit downsize your project goal and you can keep building. 6 weeks is quite long enough that even as a solo hacker, you can build a meaningful product. But we usually recommend 2 to 4 is the best, because you can ping pong your idea with your teammates. And also there's a high chance that the other one going to be bringing the other expertise you don't have. So if you're back-end dev, perhaps you want to work with the front end, or if you're a designer, you want to work with the developer. And if you're more than 4, we recommend that till 6, it's kind of fine. But if it's plus 6, if you're the team composed by complete strangers, it'd be quite difficult to arrange the things. So then we strongly encourage to set up a regular call. You guys sit together in the video and working together.
Okay. What about team formation for people who have ideas or just want to participate but don't yet have a crew together?
So there's a 2 thing. One is first you join the Discord server. So the Discord server gonna have the dedicated channel for the Urbit hackathon. So there you drop your introduction and then you start to recruit the team. Another thing is Encode Club has a general club room. So regardless someone registered to the Urbit hackathon or not, you can recruit as well. So some people sometimes drop the message that, hey guys, I'm going to Urbit hackathon 28th. I'm back-end dev. I'm looking for someone has a super dope design skill. Anybody who want to join the hackathon with me? So you can recruit from the club room, or you can recruit from the Urbit channels that who applied, so that they want to build something in the Urbit ecosystem, but they actually don't have the team yet. And if you're still struggling to find a teammate, if you messaged us, we try to help you, so that among the developers who applied and said that they are looking for the team, we try to help to match them.
Okay. Now, we're running this, I think we said, for 6 weeks from 11/28. So then what does judging look like at the end, and prizes and so forth?
So So when you are submitting, first all your submission arrive, and our PM's gonna be reaching out to you after checking all the submissions. So we will be checking all the links are working, all the documents you provide is working. So when you're submitting, what you're gonna submit is you submit your code base. So we're gonna be checking that if your code base is public, so that we can reach to your code base. If you have a good README, or like if you submitted like a good demo video. And all those things, if it's ready, it can be delivered to Urbit team. And Urbit team has a decent time to go through all your submissions to finalize the finalist. And then those finalists going to be officially invited to the pitch practice. So you're going to have the pitch practice session with us, and we will have the finale event. And finale event is the time where judges is going to be watching your final presentation and deciding the prize winners.
All right, cool. So I can talk a little bit about prizes as well. We don't have everything sorted out topically. Like we know where we're headed, but we know that two that we're planning, for instance, are best DeFi integration. So integration anywhere across decentralized finance, wallets, this sort of thing. And best front end / user experience are two of the categories that we're looking at and working with this. So we'll probably have some 1-star prizes, and we may have a 2 or 3-star prize as well to round that out as the grand prize. And we'll be enumerating those and releasing more details as we come up on the November 28th launch date.
Lovely. So then, like, soon we're gonna be updating all the challenges info so that people can read. So all of you who are in the call now has the alpha drip, so that you can think about your project idea a little bit earlier. And soon, all the challenge details are gonna be updated with the workshop lineup, which is gonna help you to build ahead.
All right. Let's see. Do we have relevant questions from the chat here? I better check this.
I think there's like one thing. If you join the Discord server, so that perhaps you are looking for the Urbit Hackathon channel. So what you need to do is, like, if you join the Encode Discord server, there is like a welcome channel with a hack access. In the hack access, you need to choose the Urbit Hackathon emoji with a like planet. Then this private channel going to be open for you.
Okay, cool. As we think about ideas, so there's a comment here about doing things related to Star Planet sales. There's the Urbit OS and things that talk directly to your Urbit ship and how the things are working there. And then there's Urbit ID and integrations that you can do with the Urbit identity system that may or may not have to touch any part of the Urbit OS to be an effective tool, to be something that's interesting and fun to work with. So there's a lot of ideas and exploration that you can do in that regard as well. Eric says, tell us that we can't submit prior work to the hackathon. Yeah, so what's the policy around does the work have to be started and completed during the window? How does that work?
So what we are recommending is, like, you don't need to reinvent a complete wheel, but it's important that you are building during the hackathon. So for example, like there's a very like thin layer between you are starting from some open source projects or like your previous projects, not to reinvent everything from scratch. In that case, what matter is like what have you been built during the hackathon period. So if you like recycle the project, from 4 weeks ago, you never develop anything since then, and you just submit, it's going to be disqualified. But if you keep building during the hackathon, we consider it as the valid qualified like project submission, and we will be evaluating whether all the conditions you have submitted. One of the reasons we are recommending to do this is like perhaps many of you, your long-term goal is building like valuable contribution to the Urbit ecosystem. So when you're coming to the hackathon, perhaps like some of you were practicing few little things before, so that you can start from there. But important thing is you need to keep building during the hackathon, and you need to show us that what has been built during that period.
All right, awesome. Let's see. One question here: can you participate if you don't have a Planet or persistent Urbit ID yet? Yes. So I think from Encode's perspective, there's not a limit on who can participate and who can get involved as well. It shouldn't be hard to get you a Planet either. So if you need an Urbit ID, ping me, Lagrev Knockfep, on the network. If you have a comment or Sigilante on Twitter, you can find me as well, and I'm happy to find a way to hook you up with that if you want to participate on the Urbit network as part of this as well. Which of course we encourage. And if you're building things that are connected to Urbit, it's nice to participate in the network as well. So, let's see, or Dalib Donfun as well. All right. Are there other rules they should be aware of? Limitations, restrictions, min-maxing?
So like of course like we are expecting you to kind of building something using also like a common sense common etiquette. For example, like of course you cannot just like steal someone's like open source project and make it as if your project. If this is going to be found out during the evaluation process, you're going to be disqualified immediately. And another thing is like let's say it's rather like a tips. So they're like when you're building a project during the hackathon period, I strongly recommend you to schedule a call with a PM and try to get some feedback and try to ping pong your idea and telling your project status. In the tendency, when we see the historical data, the ones who had a call with the PMs usually had a much better result in the hackathon. I think it's partially because we have amazing PMs, but it's not about that. I think it's about your commitment because you are taking your milestone, checking in with someone. It kind of just help you to moving forward. So try to use all this benefit, like who can get, you can get all the support. So try to schedule a call, try to like check your milestone with the PM. If you have a technical question, don't hesitate. Try to ask. If Urbit team cannot answer, like you can ping us. We're going to deliver the questions to the Urbit team so that they can check our server. So all those things you need to use the infrastructure to help you. And also technical workshop, we strongly recommend you to come in live sessions so that you can ask questions on live. If you cannot make it, you can watch. And again, if you have a question, don't hesitate. So overall, I think if you want to be successful at the hackathon, try to be like proactive and asking questions if there's anything need. If you feel uncomfortable to asking questions in the club room, you can even like DM relevant PM so they're asking questions and you can schedule a call to have a chat separately. So in any way, we are trying to helping you in all different direction. So please use us.
All right. Awesome. Anything else we need to bring up? I think we've covered the questions that were in the chats here, and I think we've got a sense of how this will work in practice.
I think all the basic info has been covered. If you are not registered yet to the hackathon, please register so that you can get all the updates according to. Once when you register, like all the like a workshop schedule and challenge, as soon as it got revealed, you will get like all the information sent to you so that you will be seeing all the schedules, what kind of challenges is going to be there, all the dev materials, so you can start to prepare yourself. And perhaps second thing is if you're already registered and if you have some ideas, please try to like brainstorm with your team a little bit, share the introduction in the channel. You can recruit your team and then reach out to our program manager so that you can ping pong your idea with our PM.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for coming on, OMG.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I look forward to running this hackathon. I'll probably do some of the workshops with it and so forth. So I and many others, including some of you in the chat, will be pretty engaged throughout this process. So
lovely. Oh, some is asking. So challenges gonna be announced soon. Neil was just like giving you a little of hint before it got revealed that it's gonna be something related to DeFi integration. Also, we're gonna have like front end UX related challenges as well. So you will see soon like all the information regarding the challenge. So you can think about the things mentioned around what kind of things you want to build. And so Basically, you can of course build anything you want, but you will try to build around the challenge topic. One of the things I strongly recommend is, let's say, how to say, if you want to test certain feature, and then if it's not exactly meeting to the challenge, you can try to change the narrative and still like testing that feature. If you are making maybe like some game, and then you want to test some lottery features, and this is like DeFi related hackathon, what you want to do is you want to test lottery feature, right? So instead of like lotteries in game, maybe like an item, maybe you will try to use that in the DeFi theme and test that feature. So this is the one of the also easy tips that if you're building a big project, you can cut them in smaller pieces, and each pieces maybe you can build it in the hackathon, because it's a great milestone. You will get the tech support, you will be mentors, so this is a great environment to work with your team over the fun time or periods. So you can cut your pieces and try to adapt the challenge a little bit. It's gonna be make your winning rate. And then judging rules is like something we already, I think, shared a little bit. So you're going to be submitting the demo video, and then you will be also submitting the code base. So it means that you need to have the code base with the like a well-written README file. We're going to share you some submission guide how you can build such documents. And second thing is the demo video showing how your app is working. So we are expecting sort of like a working prototype. If you already have something you were like a building before, you can keep building on top of it, but we're strongly checking that you were building during the hackathon period. So you cannot just submit build project which you are not building anymore, but you should be building during the hackathon period.
All right. I think we're in good shape then. So again, thank you for coming on. And I look forward to making this happen.
Sounds good. Everyone, it was very good to see you. Feel free to reach out to me. If you join the Discord server, you're going to see my name as well, or you can simply just find Park on Twitter so that you can DM me. And please, like, if you sign up the hackathon, try to schedule a call with us so that we can help you out.
All right.